I will tell you how to go for share market trading, and technical things I am very weak, remember. So those things you will have to learn yourself. So coming to now, all the things that took place at the same time. 91 FDI, 92 FPI. We immediately opened share market for whom? In 92 only we opened share market for FII to give them flexibility, and then came SEBI. Now question remaining same. कि foreign portfolio investors FII versus QFI. So FII they are very powerful. QFI is what? Individual investors. So because per capita income of their country is very high, so their individual investors also they are more powerful than we people. And what about their FII? They are huge, okay, very powerful. Okay. So my question was in the end, कि are they so capable? Means FII means FPI, कि they can buy 51% equity share of an Indian company. Yes, they are so capable कि they can buy 100% shares of all the company. Should they be allowed? You said no. And you said they should be allowed maximum to buy 49%. That may be fine. But overall from here, what we can conclude? Okay, there has to be some rules and regulation. So let us see the rules of FPI. Rules of FPI. These things are very technical, and based on these rules, questions are coming. Questions basically application based, but they are based on the rules. And what is the present rule of India? So FII policy came in 1992 only. After three things, Government of India came out with, firstly what? FII policy of 1992 only. Is that clear now? Okay, regarding FPI, there are two types of investors, institutional and individual. So institutional they are called FII. Is that clear now? Individual they are called QFI. So when the policy came during 92, the rules you can say, कि initially government allowed only whom? Only FII. FII. Means Government of India said, कि right now, way back in 92, right now we cannot allow individual investors to invest in Indian market. We will allow only institutional. There is a reference. Now regarding institutions, you know, कि institutions basically they are artificial people and they represent a group of individuals. So individual investors initially they were not allowed. For example, see the case of foreign individual investors. Maybe Mr. Mr. Williams यही होगा. Okay, so they were not allowed. What the Government of India said, you will have to come via sub-route. Sub-route means you will have to invest your money in some institution in your country, and that institution can only be the investor. Is that clear? Yes or no? FII. Who they are? They are institutional investors. So they basically represent group of individuals. Na? Take the case of American mutual fund. So American mutual funds, so they will come in the category of QFI or FII. American mutual fund, so they will come under FII or QFI. FII. But mutual funds, they are what? They represent group of individuals. So Government of India said, कि right now we cannot allow QFI, means individual investors to invest where? Indian market. The investor can only be FII, means foreign institutional investors. Way back in 1992 when the FPI policy came. The name of the policy is FII policy. Is that clear now? Of 92. See all the developments they took place at the same time. Step by step, firstly we allow FPI, then we open share market, then came SEBI, and then came FDI policy. Because when we are allowing FPI, so we have to set a rule, na? Rules and regulation, they have to come at the same time. So all these four, they came one by one in the proper order we have discussed. Okay, individual investors, they were not allowed. Then way back in 2007, 15 years later, 92 is the policy. 15 years later, Government of India allowed individual investors also, but government said that these individual investors, they can only be NRI. Now, NRI, who they are? Okay. They may work in outside India, but basically they belong to India. Na? Their economic interest is still in India. Okay, there is a difference between NRI and foreigners. Both are individuals, but foreigners, they don't belong to India basically. And NRI, they belong to India. They non-resident Indian. They are Indians but non-resident, so they are residing somewhere else, isn't it? So our policy, even in case of FDI, you can see it was gradual. Gradually, one by one, we open all the sector almost, and rates were also increased. Take the case of insurance sector, if you remember. In 95, it was open for FDI, and the limit set was 26%. In 2012, the rate increased to 49%, and last year it was increased to 74%. This we have discussed. The same is the case with FPI. We did not allow individual investors way back in 92. We allowed only FII. Then 15 years later, 2007, we allowed only NRI, not the foreigners. Then came 2012, 20 years later, 1st of January 2012. Okay, when you go through, if you go through the RBS site, so one section is there for notice. Okay, and whatever notice you want, you just mention the date, click the button, you will get the notice. So suppose today RBI comes out with some notice, so the same you can see next day in the newspaper. So then came 1st of January 2012, 20 years later, FPI policies of 92, and 1st of January 2012, RBI notified what RBI said, now we have decided to allow QFI as well. It means foreign individual investors, they were allowed way back in 2012. So now we can see at present all the three types of investors, they have been given the permission. Is that clear now? FII, they will represent institution, and these two basically individuals, they are NRI, they are foreigners. Okay, so 2012, 20 years later after FII policy, and then next year means 2013. What Government of India did, it clubbed these two under one head, and they are called registered foreign portfolio investors. Okay. Next year, 2013. So these two, QFI and FII, so they were clubbed under the one head, and they are called now registered foreign portfolio investors. Now there are two parts. The first part is called registered, and the rest part is called foreign portfolio investors. It means foreign portfolio investors, whether they are individuals or institutional, since foreign capital is involved, so their registration is compulsory. The government should be knowing who is investing and who is taking the money out. So these two together, now they are called registered foreign portfolio investor. So when I say registered foreign portfolio investor, so it includes both individual as well as institutional. So they include QFI as well as FII. Is that clear now? Now see the rule. This rule is very important for you for your examination, because based on this rule, questions are coming. Questions basically they come in the form of application. One case will be given, and you will have to find whether it will come in the category of FDI or FPI. Because the line of demarcation in many cases, they are very, very thin, and things can get overlapped. See what the Government of India said, one registered foreign portfolio investor, whether it's an individual or institutional, so they can buy share maximum up to less than 10%. One investor can buy maximum up to less than 10% share, means equity share of an Indian company. Is that clear now? And all the investors taken together, they can have maximum of 24%. Maximum of 24%. See, it's very confusing. One individual investor, okay, whether it's a FII or QFI, in one Indian company, they can have maximum up to, or they can buy maximum up to one investor, not 10%, less than 10%. And all the investors taken together, they can buy 24%. See, it's just like nowadays, cricket match is going on. One day, 50 overs. So one bowler can bowl maximum up to 10 overs. And all the bowlers together, 50 overs. So here, instead of 10, it's less than 10. Now you may ask the question, sir, if one investor, let me discuss now, by taking your example. Suppose I am an Indian company and all you are foreign portfolio investor, maybe individual, maybe institutional. So he has purchased 7% share. He can buy. So he will come in the category of FPI. You have purchased 9% share. You will also come in the category of FPI. He has purchased 8% share. He will also come in the category of FPI. So 9, 7 plus 9, 16 plus 8, 24, that is full. Now what about him? Can he buy a single share? No, because all the investors taken together, they can have 24%. So one individual investor can buy maximum up to less than 10% and remain in the category of FPI. I repeat, remain in the category of FPI. Now the question comes, sir, what will happen if one investor is buying 10% share? Because the rule is less than 10%. So what will happen if one investor is buying 10% share? Does it make any difference? Yes. Because once you buy 10% share, then you will not be coming under FPI. What the government of India will do, it will take you out from the list of FPI and you will be put under the category of FDI. Try to get my point. You are going to remain in the category of FPI till you are buying less than 10%. So what will happen if you buy again 10% share, 10% or more? So once your shareholding is touching 10%, you will not be called FPI. You will come in the category of FDI. So now you may ask the question, sir, does it make any difference? Does it make any difference whether government of India is treating we people FDI or FPI? Yes, it will make huge difference. Reason being, because of the taxation policy of the government. That I will discuss after some time. Okay, see the 24% limit, 24%. Coming to now, so all the registered foreign portfolio investors, all together, they can buy 24%. Now come to NRI. NRI, at least they are Indians, na? They have basically some economic interest with India. So regarding NRI, see the rate. One NRI can buy maximum up to what percent? 5%. In one Indian company, one NRI can buy maximum up to 5%, and all the NRIs taken together, they can buy 10%. It means in an Indian company, maximum share that can be held by people outside, living outside India, it is 34%. Out of that 34%, 10% will go to NRI and remaining 24% FII plus QFI. So you said, sir, maximum they should be allowed to buy 49%. This is what you said. Okay, but that is not the case. If we add NRI plus registered foreign portfolio investors, so these two together, they can have altogether maximum up to 34% of the share. So in the hands of Indian company, Indian people, 66% shares are going to remain. So are we safe? Yes, we are safe, because in the decision making process, we are going to dominate. Okay, now this limit of 24%, what is that? This 24% limit, what is that? I'm ignoring NRI. Is that clear now? Because NRI at least they are ours people. Na? So they cannot leave the country. To be honest, the most dangerous is FPI, means foreign portfolio investors, I said. Okay, what is the 24%? Meaning of that, ki all the foreign investors taken together, they can have maximum up to 24%. In an Indian company, suppose all you are foreign investors means registered foreign portfolio investor, all you are foreign investors, so I am an Indian company, or so all together you can have maximum of 24%. Is that clear now?